I've seen him in the gym every day here. Big man, wouldn't argue. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for this one? Because it's going to be an absolute classic. Who's going to go top of the table this evening? We're about to find out.
Audience, are you ready for the official countdown? Join together. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's volley.
It's Ahmedabad versus Calicut. It's a race to the top of the table, and Ahmedabad start in style. Santosh, the number 9, he has the job to take the focus away from Angamuthu. His job is to unleash Angamuthu, disturb the opposition's plans, and that's how he does it.
I like that right off the bat. A quick transition play, a really good combination play as well. It's not a high ball, that's a fast ball.
Santosh is 195 and you think Sandoval's 205. So he's got to run quick, you've got to run him across the net to try and beat him to speed as opposed to height.
Yes, you're a new viewer and wondering what 195, 205 is. It's the height of these players, 8 centimeters. Sandoval has sent across an early message, an early warning. Caution to the winds. Mr. Sandoval has entered the room, ladies and gentlemen.
Great swing across his body, and I think that's the calmest we've seen him after an attack in this entire league.
Yeah, he was very subdued after that. He knows he has a job to do. The thing that I like about Sandoval is now, even if you don't use him, because he's such a threat, the middles are going to commit with him a lot of the time anyway and leave a lot of one-on-one situations. Hey, anything you can do, I can do better, says the Mountain Manoj. We're going to have some fight in that middle area this evening, aren't we? Manoj, Sandoval, my mouth is watering.
I'm going to give some credit here. Shrikant diving to get that ball up. Sometimes the liberos don't get enough credit, but that put that ball on a platter so that Manoj could be used. He does so effectively, but you've got to give a bit to the libero as well.
Yes, Shrikant can.
Yes, Shrikant.
Fun to Ahmedabad. 3 easy early finishes so far in this match. Make that 4, will you? Make that 4. Both defenses have yet to find their rhythm. Still early days though. But are these teams in the mood for an early finish, like a quick finish?
That's gross from Sandoval. He's in the mood for an early finish. That's one of the sharpest swings we've seen. Ukra does well to pluck it up, but to turn that ball into that area court, no one's blocking or digging that. Daniel is so effective, but nowhere near it.
Goes 45, typically goes 45 degrees. Sandoval, that sharp angle, blockers in front of him. Saw the magic of Hiroshi centerless in the last match. This season we've had except Eduardo Rome, who went back home. Every other foreign player has made their presence felt. They've added so much value.
Yeah, a lot of strength in the foreign players in this league, and I love that we're going to get to see Daniel up against Sandoval as well. We didn't even talk about that in the lineup.
High ball toss. Off the net. Okra sets it for guess who? Jerome Vinit. Oh! First time we've had a slightly longer rally. Ahmedabad scampering a little bit to keep the ball in play. Ukra sets it once again, this time for Matt Helling, the captain. Once again! And a young man in Shafiq finds acres of empty space around that 3-meter line.
Yeah, I've got to
make
give
it 3 all.
I have to give Ukra some credit here because he's gone over the top of Nanda. Nanda's a real big mismatch for Jerome here. He's going to have a lot of success. As you can see there, Nanda's straight into the block. He can't get over the top of Vinit, and in turn they build through the rally to score. That's a big thing for me. Nanda's block and offense against Jerome could be a struggling factor for the defenders.
For rally on that occasion, 3 apiece. What a block. Wow. The Calicut heroes are not going to be hospitable tonight.
And You know what? That's an Ukra block. I gotta give double points. I know you technically can't, but if a setter gets the block, that's the smallest player out in the front court, and he is absolutely dominant against Nanda there. Those are two smaller players, but setter winning the joust.
Worrying for Nanda because he's just been blocked twice in a row. Been hit over the top of as well, and a lot of pressure's on him now.
Daniel, what a Zeddy, has said, listen, you guys haven't spoken about me, I'll give you a reason to do so.
There's always a reason to talk about Daniel. Don't worry, we'll get you in there, Daniel. If it's not his blocking, it's this. Over the shoulder, nobody in sight.
Ridiculously good swing, and I think that's the way they're going to have to run their offense. Run a lot more middle, and then when they do go to Nanda, the middle commits, and he's got a one-on-one. They need to get Nanda one-on-one throughout this game if they're going to be successful in the win.
Rockstar he is, Daniel. Pretty lucky. Matt Hilling, one-man block. Ball's been recycled. Ukra sets it for Jerome. Not in position to spike, but looks like there was, what, a backcourt violation was there? I think there was.
Yeah, I think he's tried to stay behind the line when he contacted it, but...
Now, Key, explain to our viewers, our new viewers, what a backcourt violation is. Once the replay is on, here you go.
Yeah, basically, if you're a backcourt attacker, we'll get a chance to see the whole thing as it plays out. First of all, off the block, recycled, so that's a good start there by Calicut. But as you can see, he puts both feet in front of the line, and then he jumps to attack. And that's a no-go. You cannot jump in front of that white line.
There you learnt, in case you're a new viewer. 5-4. Ukra! Such a delicious dumpling for dinner on a Monday night. I loved it. It doesn't even need Szechuan sauce.
Delicious. Delicious. Do you know what the difference between the... We saw Aravindan in the last match try to do a couple, but nothing close to this RuPay contactless shot. He is just elite at that.
That's his 10th point of the competition by doing that. That's just unbelievable. There are platinum spikers scoring less points than Ukra at the moment in this league.
Playing a million times better than he did last season, Ukra. I think he enjoys the Calicut setup. So crucial for players to enjoy the vibe. Ukra once again, Jerome tried something else, this time didn't work. Boom! Daniel has been blocked. Oh, has he? No. Yes or no? What's happening? It's so fast.
Yeah, it's fast, but that's his shot. That is exactly where he wants to go every single time. They push him a little bit far from the setter. He's finding that channel between the two blockers almost every single time.
Needs a big evening, Daniel. They need to win this battle in the middle because I don't think they're going to score as many on the wings as the Heroes.
Kolkata's time at the top is going to be short-lived. And I mean on the points table. I don't mean their domination in this league because it could be anybody's title this season. What a block! Wow! Looks like they find themselves in a different stratosphere when they wear black. The Ahmedabad defenders, true to their name, defending really well, at least on that occasion. It was Muthusami Appavu, the captain himself. A setter who blocks. Do you like that, Key?
You know, it's worth 2 in my head. Not on the stats scores sheet. Okay.
Dealing with the first touch. Ukra didn't go for the dumpling this time. Will serve it later. Here comes Santosh! Spikes it incredibly. Beautifully done, boss.
Daniel's tensing every muscle in his body right now. Enjoying every single moment. One-on-one on the outside, Santosh delivers. And we'll call technical timeout. That means we're going for a very quick break, but we'll see you in just a minute or two. The Ahmedabad defenders off to the perfect start to try and retain the top of the league after Kolkata Thunderbolts snatched it back with victory over the Mumbai Meteors here just an hour or so ago. This is lining up to be a sensational game between second and third in the league.
Winner goes through to the top of the table. It's that simple. Daniel Motazetti, Matt Hilling, bizarre pass. Shot set, did not work. Ahmedabad in with a chance now. Here comes Santosh, goes down the line, has hit it out wide. He was forced to attempt an angle by the blockers.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I was really, really excited by that defense because Daniel got that ball up in the backcourt. You don't often see middle blockers getting big defense like that. But thrown away a little bit by Santosh. But yeah, possibly just forced out.
Lets the ball just travel across him a little bit too much and drags it past the sideline. Actually, good passing from Matt Hilling.
Manoj, no, it's Angamoto. No, they figured a way to block him. Jerome! Jabars, Jerome at work. Bring on the hard hats. When he spikes, you've got to run for dear life.
Well, we didn't speak about the battle of the opposites, did we? Angamudu's got a free line open, and he's just a little bit too smooth on it, gets dark, and in turn Jerome says, I'm going to hit through this one a little bit harder.
Angamutu yet to score a point in competition, and he was the top scorer a couple of nights ago with 22 points, so they're going to need that back from him. Competition.
Manoj almost got the kill. I thought he had the point. No, it wasn't. Okay, here comes Angamoto. Overcompensating for what couldn't happen in that previous rally.
And that's going to go down as an error from the defenders. But I think Matt Hilling did a real good job of just coming in there, taking control, hitting a real control ball to one, and in turn just building through the rally here for the Heroes. It wasn't a heroic play, but it did lead to an error.
That was very close to a lift there, so I think Calicut got a little bit lucky that that wasn't called.
Angamutu also fired out the back. And Angamutu hasn't quite come to the forefront of this one yet.
The Libero keeps it in play. Here comes the third for Santosh. Almost outfoxed Ukra there. Pipe attack.
Kumar! Get it, coach!
Cristiano Ronaldo, does he?
Oh, it's just a smooth operator, isn't he? Everywhere. The type of guy I would like to play for. Not that I'm anywhere near a smooth operator. Great touch all the same.
Yeah, credit to Calicut for fighting through that point. They didn't end up getting that last bit, of course. Coach Kumar trying to get involved with the footsie, but you know what? I still like the style of Calicut right now. They're gritty.
Just showing off his shoes, his fancy shoes. We'll give you a look at it. Colorful man.
Pass just off from Hilling, and for me, Jerome is winning the battle of the opposites at the moment. The battle of the middles and the outsides very much still alive. And he's a big, big unit, Jerome. Powerful weapon.
Yeah, one of the top scorers in the league for good reason. There's another RuPay contactless shot as he just slides past the block, and he doesn't even have that much space down the line. He just takes it anyway.
What I quite like is we've seen him come back crossbody a couple of times. Now we see him go to the line. Good variation. Interesting. Ahmedabad have called for a super point here, and I think it's because Ukra is serving.
Good shout.
Also relatively early call to go for the super point, perhaps learning from Mumbai. Manoj will make sure that whatever tactics there may have been put to rest. Kills it.
I feel as though it's tradition. As soon as one super point is called, another comes our way. So we'll wait and see for that. But for now, have a look at this execution by Manoj. And he goes head-to-head against Sandoval.
It is a super point that's being called. Another interesting moment. I think that Dakshinamurti called it because Ukra was serving, and I think that Kishore Kumar has called it out of desperation.
11-9 to Ahmedabad. Will they level scores? Boom! It is 11 apiece because Jerome this time somehow finds the angle from zone 4.
And if you are wondering, Hilling is not a top point scorer, but in these situations, he pushes everybody out the pass and says, I've got this. It's perfect from Hilling, and that's why they score.
Yeah, really good team player he is. Puts it on a platter for Ukra, who can then serve up the outside. A one-on-one. Sandoval's done his job. Even Angamutu, the tallest man in the league, can't slow down Jerome.
When you're putting together a team, Key, who do you pick first, setter or blocker? Be honest.
That's tough. The setter really runs the offense, so if you don't have a good setter, you can't really do much.
Boom!
Wow.
A good setter will enable shots like that.
Great point. But then again, if you don't have players like Manoj to score, even a perfect set is going to get blocked.
He spiked on that occasion. Wasn't blocking. Come on. Come on.
He would have been blocked, I said.
RuPay contactless shot as Manoj just dances around Sandoval and blasts the ball away. There's a tactical battle here.
12-11 to Ahmedabad. I'm not going to pick a winner. I don't have to. I'm just loving it, regardless of where this match goes. Jerome. Stay focused. Daniel. Montazedi still in play. Jerome keeps it in play.
Oh, nice.
Was that from outside the line of the antenna? No, it wasn't. What a rally it is. Ahmedabad have it. They will go up by 2 points, but this has to be perhaps the most out rally of this match.
Brava getting involved in the defense. Can we see this one again? Have a look. It plays out. Some good defense by Ahmedabad. But this ball, no, not this one, the next one, Daniel has to run it down. And this one right here, he goes basically out of the entire court. That ball was still legal somehow.
We're talking about Angamutu. He's come to the party when they need him right at the back end of the set. He's got the height advantage on Hilling. He'll go off the top of the hands a lot of the times this evening. This is a key moment. But there you have it. There's their schedule coming up. If they win, they consolidate their position at the top of the table. The Thunderbolts are the last game. I can't wait for that one.
That match might be a battle for the top position, or a dress rehearsal for the finals. Who knows? Maybe I'm getting a bit too far ahead of myself here. That is a delicious encounter. Last league game for the Calicut Heroes. Hilling was there alongside Sandoval, and you don't go past those two. You don't dare to.
That's fantastic work at the block there, because as we get to see it again, you'll see how out of system the team was. Ukra had to run all the way off the court. He's still over here. All goes over, and he hasn't really found his place yet as Angamutu is swinging.
I think that he's a little bit out there, Angamutu, and what Hilling does well is he's in the right place at the right time. If Angamutu's in system and it's perfect, he'll go over the top of him. But if it's not and he loses his height, Hilling is well disciplined.
Ukra on that occasion, after recovering, chose to stand for cover behind those two blockers. So great court sense. Daniel, was there even a touch? I don't think there was a touch. Or maybe there was, maybe just a feather touch off his fingers. Daniel, that's what he's saying. Just a slight feather touch.
The sun is shining on the defenders at the moment. Very rarely we see anything like this. But if you look at the coaching book, they say set it as if it's going to go over the net anyway and be aggressive, and that's what he did.
Well, Matt Hilling's father is here. Will his sun be shining at the end of this match?
Maybe Angamutu's son.
Ramaswamy's son, you mean?
You know what I'm saying.
All right. Ukra, shot set, big shot. Woo.
You okay down there, Manish?
Absolutely. There's such utter disdain in shots like that that are enabled by a shot set. Have a look at that. So much arrogance. Arrogance isn't a desirable virtue, but sometimes shots like those have a certain edge. Set point to Ahmedabad now.
Smart move from Dakshinamurti, yes, to call a timeout. receiving the serve, siding out.
Well, we just saw Ahmedabad's schedule. Let's have a look at Calicut's schedule as they're going forward. They still have 3 matches to play. It's Chennai, Kochi, and Bengaluru. Now, if their past performance is any indication, they should be pretty strong against those teams. But if we've learned anything, there is everything yet to play for in the league. All these teams showing up on any given day.
Well, they've beaten the best side in the tournament, the Kolkata Thunderbolts. Those are the shoes that I was talking about. Mr. Kumar, Mr. Kishore Kumar, where did you get those from? Look at how he uses it.
Fashion and function.
One thing to wear
right.
those shoes, another thing to produce a touch like that wearing them. You'd think he wouldn't wear them if he didn't have a touch like that.
You know, if it's the white shirt for David Lee, it could be these pink shoes for Kishore Kumar. Funny things bring luck. Daniel Mota said he doesn't need luck. He says, I've got ability. I've got a great setter enabling me. He's won them the set, the first one. The Calicut heroes need to remind themselves of what they did against the Thunderbolts the last game.
Great play out of Ahmedabad. Huge moment using Daniel there as well. He's been pretty much unstoppable through the middle, so I am loving that set by Mutu.
Yeah, I've got to give that to Mutu as well. That's twice that he's gone for that audacious set. 3 meters or so off the net. The ball's got to travel 3 or 4 meters. Daniel will do the same. They're winning the middle battle. We said that would be very important here. They've taken the opening set 15-13. We'll be back after a very quick break.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. It's 1-0 Ahmedabad over Calicut, and here's how it was done. I'm over at volleyballworld.com looking at all the stats, and what I'm seeing is Ahmedabad have their 2 middles as their top scorers, Daniel and Manoj. So my question is, how long can it last? We know they have other threats in Angamutu and in Nanda, but if Calicut shuts down the middle, can they come in clutch?
I think so, but what I like about the way that they're running the game is that they're running the middle on a wider set, because they know that Sandoval for sure is not the quickest moving laterally across the face, and he's a brilliant aggressive spiker. I like the way they've set up here, it's very smart. Talking of smart, there's a sandwich play in the middle, Sandoval on a 3-meter shoot or so, and then the outside Ashton just popping up in the middle to give the heroes the opening point.
Was that a Sandoval sandwich?
That was a Sandoval and Ukra sandwich. Oh, there you go.
I like that
Moving the
timing.
blocker.
I like that timing. They've got the block of Ahmedabad completely off their game.
And answering your question about the middles being able to be consistent, I think that's a great point, because they need to continue passing well to stretch the middle. I think as soon as they don't use the middle, Nanda has 2 blockers against him, and I think he struggles. That's where the game's going to be won and lost.
Now, this is the second time in this league when Calicut have lost the first set. The last time it happened, it was against the Mumbai Meteors, and guess what happened in the match? They won 4-1. They came back to win 4-1. So, trust Calicut to be relentless. But tonight could be a very different night, because they're up against a team that's a different kettle of fish, the Ahmedabad defenders. They will be relentless. They will be merciless.
Loving watching this, because we've just seen that the Thunderbolts can be vulnerable. They lost to the Heroes. They also look shaky against the Meteors. And now we're seeing that the Heroes can also be shaky, because we haven't seen that for long periods of time in this competition as of yet. And maybe, I said this earlier, they celebrated the win against the Thunderbolts like they had won the league. And I think that's a very dangerous thing to do, is to start celebrating after your 3rd game of a league season.
Jerome. Chance for Angamutu. The blocks were there. Not 1 but 2. It's Sando Jerome. SNJ combined to stop the ace in the back of the defenders.
Angamutu has been absolutely silenced so far. Only 1 point for him in this match.
Have a look here. They know the ball's out of system. The block has time to get across on Angamutu, and Angamutu just hammers into the middle of it. You'd want him just to stay a bit higher there, but the ball's maybe inside because of the bump set a little bit as well.
And normally such a much smarter swinger. Get a chance again.
Otto sets it once again. Boom! No, yes, there was a wipe. Kishore Kumar has decided not to review it. And for good reason, I think.
Yeah, you want to be 100% sure on your reviews, and I think he looked in the eyes of his players and got the truth immediately before even thinking about a review.
These are situations, though, that the defenders don't want to be in. There's 2 or 3 plays where they're really struggling, and it's given time to get the blockers across to hammer, and I don't know if there was a touch off the block.
Oh, I see. I think there was a touch on the net.
Ah, there you go.
So they're not going to want to review it because you'll be seeing that.
3-2 to Ahmedabad, who did win the first set. Ukra sets it. Jerome spikes it. No, just not ready. So used to seeing the ball rocket at you that the moment there's change of pace because of the net, it's very difficult to adjust or recalibrate your body reaction.
It is, and this is one of the things I talked to Daniel after the last match, and he's most frustrated with these things, simple things that should be more taken care of. I mean, he's doing a great job. It wasn't him in the block that time, but if you do slow down that rocket, you've got to have the defense behind you.
Calicut are bringing the service pressure in abundance at the moment. Wasn't just this play, but the play before where the defenders got away with it. They didn't get away with anything this time. The Heroes take the lead.
Yeah, this just really tough to get back in. It's already gone over, and it did go out of the antenna as Matt Hilling is indicating for nothing Angamutu could do there.
Yes, that antenna you see, the red and white line. Thick rather. Imagine there's an imaginary line there on top of that. Ball's got to stay inside those 2 antennas on either sides of the net. Muthu sets it. Angamattu spikes it. That combo has done some incredible stuff over the years, especially at this league.
I'd say that's the first one we've really seen him unleash on as well. He's super aggressive. There's the family unit watching on.
Well, that all started with a great pass as well. So the blockers are kind of tied up there in the middle, expecting something out of Daniel. Matt Hilling's the only one who has a chance to get out, but Angamutu absolutely unraveling on it.
Double threat in the front court. Daniel Motazedi and Vinit and Angamutu correction. Yes! That's more like it. Shafiq shuts it down.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about Shafiq yet, have we? That was an absolute bullet.
Yeah, he goes under the radar because he's not celebrating as big as some of the other middle blockers, but Ukra giving him that side set.
RuPay contactless shot. That is one of the biggest we have seen from either team.
The reason that's so dangerous, the blockers are not expecting him to get the ball. When Ukra doesn't turn his shoulders, he's so hard to read.
Otto. Motazedi still in play, or is it? No, it isn't.
I think that's a net touch that's been called on the way through. And I can't believe this because I think that the Heroes are playing most of the volleyball here. The defenders have spent a lot of this set out of system. In turn, a couple of net touches, a couple of okay plays for the defenders mean that we're still tied at 5-all. That was a little bit out of sync, so Daniel makes a good decision to still just put the Heroes under the cosh.
Well, a freebie for Calicut as Nanda sends that one into the net. Nanda, another name we haven't heard a lot tonight. He stepped up last night. Can he do the same tonight?
Yeah, 27 points in the last 2 games for Nanda. I mean, that was a big improvement because he only had 12 in his opening 2. So he's getting better and better. But again, he's got a different game, I think, tonight with having Jerome in front of him.
Stuckman Daniel once again.
He's having way too much fun. He looks like he absolutely loves this league. And what's not to love when you're going up and absolutely slamming the ball like that, I can tell you, as a middle blocker, doesn't even look like he's looking at the block. He just has so much confidence in himself to score.
Doesn't stop hammering hard, does he?
Steely self-belief in that man, Daniel Mortazeri from Iran.
That would be my one question mark, would be the serve throughout this competition. He's had the one super serve, I think, against the Blitz. But apart from that, he does go back and miss a fair few. He is worth his weight in gold for the defenders, and a brilliant overseas draft, sorry.
And that's something I think also we could talk a little bit about. Some players have the authority from the coaches to go back and rip it. Some players just need to make the other team play, and I think he's one of those servers that should rely on his block defense a little bit more.
Of course, he's trying to follow the template that Okra Pandyan does. Dumpling. They do like it, sir. How about some more of that?
You talking about Ukra, following the template of Ukra. That's exactly what Mutu Sami just did.
Okra has so many templates that one can follow. Such a 360 player. That was a RuPay contactless shot. An effortless shot.
I love that you call it the dumpling, Manish. We're bringing that back to international volleyball because it is golden.
Dumpling has been named.
Why did you call it a Momo instead? You have to explain to our viewers. Never in position. Just not in position. The ball was too far behind him, and he would have needed a spine made of rubber to be able to execute that shot.
I also love that.
More on that. Time for an Amulkul technical timeout. So, Ki, you were saying something.
I was saying you should go head over to treasureclub.io and pick up an NFT. But what I also was going to say is that Shanti John, who we haven't talked about, but he was one of the big recruits or retainees of last season. He's been injured, and he's in the thick of it in the cheering section for his team.
Yes, I'm glad they've kept him with the squad and hoping for him to recover in time for the bigger matches. Well done by the libero. How pumped up he was. Left-handed move from that man who's down on his knees.
That's an unbelievable chest dig, I think, from Shrikant. There is Shanti John, and I think he was impressed more than anyone with that dig from Shrikant. My word, there's no better dig than this. And when you think about winning championships, winning leagues, it's moments like that that are going to define them.
Yeah, I love the enthusiasm right now out of the entire team of Ahmedabad. They believe that they can beat Calicut, and rightfully so.
Careful when you celebrate, Shanti. Careful when you celebrate.
Watch
Your
your
injury is
ankle.
still healing. Sandoval once again draws that error from that double block. What's the argument all about now between Manoj and Jerome? Easy, guys, easy.
Wow, Sandoval put it away. There's some afters going down on the court. Oh, Kishore Kumar! What are you doing on the court, sir?
Playing United Nations, and for good reason. Calm down, guys. Only a sport. Well done.
There
Hug it out,
is.
smile it out. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Well done. That's what you want to see from foreign players. The experience, cool heads.
And you know what I think the viewers maybe don't realize? All these players are in the same hotel together, so they're spending a lot of time together. A lot of them are friends off the court as well.
Sandoval's pointing at his own name on the back of his own shirt down there.
Got a little glimpse of Shanti's right ankle. That is what he's recovering from. Trying to hide his injury from our cameras. No worries. Boom! A statement from that triple block. That's how you win an argument. With your skills on court. Manoj is not too pleased. Lapse in concentration from that man.
Sandoval was just pointing to his own name on the back of his shirt. Then he goes and makes a block and goes to run to the crowd.
He wanted to make sure the ref knew that he was cheering with his own crowd, the Red Army, and not against the Ahmedabad players.
It's yellow card to To who?
Sandoval, I think, for going to running and celebrate with the fans there. Matt Hilling, thumb up. Daniel Mortazedi was very quick to get over there to say, hey, I don't think you're allowed to do that. And now Sandoval has to be careful because this is the sort of thing that's going to wind him right up. And, well, he could be served red wine with his cheese.
But why? This whole league has been all about Sandoval cheering with the Red Army, getting those dancing shots, enjoying it, the drama, the entertainment. Why now is he not allowed to do it? I'm flabbergasted.
Was he showing the back of his t-shirt? Maybe he was trying to tell the fans, I will do this 7 times a week, 7 days a week. I will take the excitement to 7th heaven.
I've got to say, there was also some great gamesmanship from Daniel Mortazedi to try and flag that up to the referee, to try and poke the bear, and I think that's exactly what happened.
They may have just woken up a cheetah. I'm waiting to see what Sandoval does after that yellow card. Angamoto! That is an asteroid from planet Angamoto for you. How is that for detonation? That's happy too. There he is, Mr. Ramaswamy, with a poster of his son, who's become the poster boy of this league. Angamutu, I love it when he spikes like that. Wow.
Not even the libero can handle that. He goes so sharp past Sandoval. Very nicely done.
He was going to let his eyes linger on the Sandman for a moment. But that would not be Angamutu.
The players been getting a lot more heated in the last couple of days as things come down to the wire.
Oh! Angamutu gives us a Usain Bolt! He is that big! He is that good!
There is a bolt. Not from the blue.
And Calicut going downhill here. That ball is not a straight down block. I talk about it all the time. If the ball lands within a meter of the net, fine. If it lands on the other side of the court, yeah, give him some credit. I will, but there should be cover.
Is he trying to say, put your head down and focus on work?
Well, that's what they've done, and I think Calicut have just got involved in 6s and 7s, and they've been a little bit distracted since Sandoval's booking. Crazy game, this one. Passes off the net, has to go out to one of the wings. Opposite, Angamudu now covering around the block. Does it go back to Angamudu? Yes, it does. Lines open. Great dig. Oh, my word.
He was asking Kishore Kumar, the coach of the Calicut Heroes, if he wants to dig that. 12-9, what a statement the last couple of minutes have been from the Ahmedabad defenders. That man is on fire. How do you douse that man when he's on fire like that?
He is so good because he can score from every single side. Last time you saw how sharp he went cross. Now he's going straight down the line. That's dab worthy again. Well, we have a super point on our hands. We kind of knew it was coming. And if you're at home wondering what's all that rocket, it is that this point is worth 2.
Santosh, the responsibility of serving on a super point. Okay, control, trusts his defense. Sandoval. Now that is where you show all your anger. Let the ball be the punching bag, Mr. Sandoval.
And you need more bravery from the service line here. It's a float serve to the middle. If you're going to float, at least attack the sidelines. Create it tough for the passer. Sandoval's on the front. He's going to have a field day for 2.
And if he can't celebrate with his own fans, he goes and celebrates to the Ahmedabad crowd, and I think they love it anyway.
That's hilarious. What a character.
Sport needs characters. Straight to the libero. Muthu sets it. Oh, well done by Ukra. Here comes Jerome. Been quiet for a while. He'll try again. And he'll find another angle. Oh, will he? Yes, he will. Touch of the block, the ball lands outside, or wherever it does, it doesn't matter.
And just like that, we're tied up again. That's the power of the super point. Down by 3, and all of a sudden, bam, they're tied.
You know, the last match and this one so far, We've seen some terrific tactical battles. We've seen a volleyball masterclass on this Monday evening. How fortunate we are, Ki and Louis, to be not just watching it, but calling the action for viewers across the world, across India on Sony and the world on Volleyball World, our international streaming partners. That's it. Angamuttu spikes it. Rare error. Rare error. That doesn't happen too often.
And you just can't believe how this one's just turned. 2 seconds ago, this was the defenders. And now the heroes just don't look like losing it. A great dig from Ukra, error from Angamuttu, and now they need a timeout.
Like the clouds are playing hide and seek with the sun. No one knows where things are going. The teams don't, the players don't. It's been a seesaw battle in this one set. Second of it, of this 5-set match. The first set went to Ahmedabad. How about these 5 names as spikers? Angamuttu now at number 4, will soon be at number 3. If he can go up to number 2, I tell you what, it will be Ahmedabad's night tonight. He needs 10 more to go level with Vineet Kumar.
Yeah, and there's a look at the top 5 blockers as well. Most of them coming from Mumbai and Kolkata. Bengaluru's Rajan Shetty getting in the mix there. But it was this team, Ahmedabad, who had 16 blocks last night alone. So if they can pull out those numbers again, it's going to be, I'd say, lights out for Calicut.
Yeah, well, everything looking good for them at the moment. They have to side out for a set point. Vishal Kumar called a super point at exactly the right time for his team. Now Harsh Chowdhury comes in, left-handed serving substitute for the defenders that we've seen. He's done a great job in that role as well. The question is for Dakin Shimurti S and his team, they need him to deliver now.
Okra sets it. How is that for Sandoval supremacy? King Sandoval is ruling the roost here.
I love that attack because that's not the kind of attack we're used to seeing out of him. Watch this, it's a little bit higher. That's like a 1.5, almost a 2. So the blockers are thinking, coming straight out of Ukra's hands. Now we jump. Hang on a sec. Now Sandoval jumps.
Brilliant play, isn't it? A good change at the right time.
Great footwork as well from Sandoval after he spiked. Talking about his jiggy, his shimmy.
His jiggy. He's a very good dancer, yes.
Daniel, oh, the block was there. Bizarre, Angamuttu. It was set point. Calicut. Level scores. It's 1-all at the end of 2. Pick a winner if you are brave or foolish.
Well. Ahmedabad trying to do exactly the same thing, setting that ball a bit higher to Daniel, and I think the way it ended here, Angamuttu losing his shoe.
It's a disappointment for the defenders because in my memory they were 3 up at one point and they've just lost this set comfortably in the end. There's the confirmation, 1-1, 15-13, 13-15, nothing between them. It's time for us to take a very quick break.
We are back in the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. It's 1-1, Ahmedabad against Calicut, and we knew this was going to be a battle. Not much in these stats for me. 3 blocks to 4. We could expect more out of Ahmedabad, but Angamuttu, top scorer for them right now. 4 points in that last set for Calicut. It was Sandoval with 5. Well, if you're enjoying this content, share it with ShareChat, Moj and Yo-Yo TV, our content partners.
Lots of volleyball clips and fun memes, etc. available on ShareChat, Moj and Yo-Yo TV.
As we're underway in set 3, looks like Sandoval taking the ball by the horns here, and the ball very quickly. Straight back to the serve. Voodoo Sammy for me. That's too wide for Angamuttu, And this is interesting because, for me, this is a big challenge for them to see where their level's at, the defenders, and it has been there for long periods, but what do they do when the odds are against them? Short ball in to the middle. Oh, Manoj, give us your best moves, big fella.
Manoj's got the moves. And he's got the groove as well.
I think that was a statement for Sandoval.
Got the moves like Manoj.
That's the party tonight. That a volleyball court on the dance floor. Hilling. Hilling, Ukra, Ashwin. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, never underestimate the work that goes unnoticed by Hilling again. Every time he's been brought into this pass, he takes a look, he puts it on the spot, and then Ukra can do what he likes. One-on-one on the outside. The better the pass, the quicker the play.
Yeah, you can see Manoj just diving, trying to do something to slow it down, but he's way out of that block. Oh. Ashwin with a nice strong serve. Ball into the setter though. Nanda can't put it away. Back to Jerome, who goes through the big two-man block and celebrates with his liberos.
I love that swing. It's not hard, it's just high. And he knows that the blocker's going to struggle to press and get over with a swing as high as that. Ukra giving the opposite man enough ball now. And Manoj is beaten, going laterally across the net. I think the heroes have, that comeback in set 2 has set them up nicely.
Ahmedabad certainly a team that can beat Calicut. Depending on how they respond here. Oh, Angamutu goes wide. So Calicut lead by 3.
Interesting here for Angamutu because he was running in on a rhythm like the pass and set were going to be perfect. The pass was a little tight, therefore the play was a little slower than what Angamutu thought it was. Therefore he's underneath it and the ball goes out of play.
Well, Sandoval also doing a great job in the middle, putting a lot of pressure on the hitters of Ahmedabad.
Manoj. Slice. Very, very nice. Not so much bite.
I mean,
Cool as ice.
you've seen his hips get loose, now we see him bang the drum.
I'm sorry for that terrible job of trying to rhyme words, but I'm just going crazy watching this kind of action. I have no intention of sounding like of those things to do. Loving it.
I think Manoj is loving it too.
Oh, dude, what a battle. We're into the third set, 1 apiece after 2. And the ball. Matt Hilling does the job. His dad's in the crowd as well.
Yeah, I mean, they fed Sandoval so many times. He's such a threat that, of course, the middle's going to jump with him when the pass is this good. Daniel sort of shimmy jumps with him, but it's a one-on-one for Hilling, and he's going to put that away.
You're exactly right. That's credit to the setter in the middle all day long. Of course, Matt Hilling, he's there. He's ready for it. He's going to deliver, but that was all leading up to that contact.
I think Ahmedabad have got to try and get Calicut a little bit more out of system, serve a little bit tougher throughout the next phases because it's all too easy. Hang on a minute.
Ooh, okay, so Matt Hilling's giving the thumbs up. Questions are being asked. I think we're going to have to see that replay to know exactly what happened. The serve passing, forcing an overpass. Did Ukra have the right?
Being done for blocking the setter again. Ukra doesn't think so. Hilling says, get back, set up, and side out. The heroes have got emotionally involved too many times in this competition, in this league so far, and it hasn't worked for them once. And I think Hilling does a great job of just putting the fire out before it spreads.
Great captaincy moment from Madeline. That's what you want to see. No, Andrew. No, Andrew. You just come in, Andrew. You know why he couldn't? This time they didn't spray his left shoulder. Remember that, that match? That he came in right at the end.
Yep.
He came up with a super serve. That match against the Mumbai Meteors. These service headers to Ahmedabad. True to Calicut as well. Jerome. Oh, well done by the libero. Boom, Nanda. Sorry, Nanda. That's gone outside.
First of all, it's a great serve for Jerome to hit the sideline from there. Libero is under all sorts of pressure, and these are the situations that the defenders don't want to be in. Nanda at 195 with an out-of-ball play, and he's got 2 blockers on him. That was what we said at the start of the show. If they're out of system, they're going to struggle out at 4.
And that's tough as well. Shrikant's doing a great job of getting that ball up, diving to keep it in play, but no avail for the offenders.
Daniel, always there. That's his territory. Always score, almost always. Now, Louis, you spoke of out-of-system plays. Now, I wonder if teams practice taking shots when they're out of system. Is that practice as well?
They should, especially the way that men's volleyball works with service pressure. They spend a lot of time out of system, so you need to practice every situation, know what your options are, know how you're going to score, or at least put the opposite team under pressure. That time they were banging system, and that's how they need to be with Nanda on the front court.
Yes, practicing to swim against the tide as well, I suppose, helps. Another service there, I think it was the 4th, yes. And that gives Calicut a 4-point lead as we head into what we love referring to as the Amul Cool technical timeout. Back in just the best of European football is back on the home of football, Sony Sports Network. We'll see familiar foes Liverpool and Real Madrid in this last 16 ties, the first leg of UEFA Champions League. There's also some Europa League action for all of you. The big guns, United versus FC Barcelona as the second leg playoff contest. That's on the 24th of February. Saw the kickoff timings. Catch it on Sony Sports as well as on delay.
Nice serve by Matt. Ooh, Andrew getting a big swing in there, but that is falling. We haven't seen a lot of offensive action out of him. I like that he's getting a shot on court today.
Yeah, me too. I think the service pressure from the Heroes has been really good in this set. And because the service pressure's been good, they've been a little bit short on the outsides, out of system. Obviously, Andrew coming in for Angry, he loves coming to the line, and there's a lot of gap there for him. Look at the libero. I think the libero's in a great place there. A lot of liberos would be parked on the line, and that's not necessarily the right place to be. On the edge of the block is perfect, giving Andrew that bigger swing on the bigger angle off speed to the line. Can't quite execute. Daniel, again, we'll have to talk to him about that, Keith.
I wonder if he just does a little bit too much in the gym on the morning of game day. It works out when you're going up for a big swing, that's great, but you got to know how much power to put on that serve. And again, you and I know this is not the same ball that the internationals are used to serving. It's got a little bit more pop to it. That could have something to do with it.
He's suggesting that Daniel's got a pump on before he comes out and plays in the evening.
Yeah, he absolutely goes to the gym every single morning.
9-5. Calicut. Star-looking serve. Dumpling followed by pancake. Delicious rally. Therefore, another dumpling. Another pancake. Matt Hilling keeps it in play. What's happening here on court? Is that a volleyball or a huge hot potato? A double touch from Ahmedabad gives Calicut the point. A 5-point lead now for the Reds.
The thing is, we see a lot of incredible volleyball in this league, and then every once in a while it gets really scrappy and really ugly. And I have to say, this is one of those rallies for me.
Yeah, soft serve, second touch over, Doug, free ball, So nobody's hit the ball as of yet, and we're in the third phase of play. Fourth phase of play, nobody's hit the ball. And then Sandoval tries to hit the ball, and eventually, yeah, we still haven't really seen a clean 3 touches yet. And that's why it would be called scrappy.
Schoolboy volleyball.
Oh, baby, that's a serve.
Oh! Come on! Monster! Monstrous hit from Manoj.
Exactly how you want to respond after a sloppy set. Manoj says, give me the ball. Doesn't matter where it's coming from, I'm cranking on it.
Give it to me, baby, said Manoj. I'm going to show you how it's done.
Another class celebration as well. Hips were everywhere.
I think he wants to feature on the Nippon Paint colourful moment of the day. Let's give it to him already, shall we? Him and Sando.
That's a pretty colorful move there. All hips, you're right. All hips.
Sets it. Sando spikes it. Now, come on. Sando, give us a bit of a jig, will you? Thank you very much.
There's the dab. Let's go. That one was for you, Angamutu.
This battle between Manoj and Sandoval is unreal. Two big characters. And Manoj has said, okay, Sandoval, you're not getting it all your own way in terms of being a character. And then Sandoval's saying, I'm going to come and crush one past you. I'm the man in this league. Leave me alone.
And then as soon as Manoj rotates off, Daniel's coming in and doing the business. I'm loving this middle versus middle life.
Now, that celebration, oh, we didn't see the full celebration, but that's a story in itself. Ukra, oh, lucky. Andrew will get a point. Oh no. Oh no, not yet. Great defense from Calicut. Manoj, he knew the defense wasn't there. They were out of system. Manoj, my man. You are on fire tonight.
Come on, Manoj, give us the hip.
No, not now. I think it's because he scored it in transition. A little bit of credit should go to Andrew Coed-James for building through the rally. Not quite a clean side-out kill this time from Manoj, but again, turns it late. Sandoval is nowhere. 3 points in a row coming through the middle.
Where's this
Mice
set
will
going?
have fun while the cats are away, so the defense wasn't in place. I don't mean to refer to Manoj as nice, but yeah. Boom, still in play. Andrew, still in play. Ukra, battling the pipe attack, didn't work.
I like the service pressure here from the defenders. They've upped it. That was a real big serve on Hilling, and he passed off the net. In turn, they built through with the defense and finally converted. Mutu is back running the game. Mutu's a little bit off here, and Matt Hilling just over-rotating his shoulders on the... Well, looking for a wipe, I would say, off the third blocker, Andrew James.
And we've talked about it before. Matt Hilling, not a huge part of the offense, but he will definitely come into play here in the reception.
Great serve! And it's Santos, I think, again, who this float serve moving everywhere at speed has got the defenders back in business.
If Calicut have Sando, Ahmedabad have Santo.
Great serve, targeting Matt Hilling. He's trying to take it overhead, just a missed handle, fumble, nothing Imker could do there to get that second touch.
I've got to say, it's quite difficult when the ball's that fast and the ball's very hard. It's probably more difficult than taking the Mikasa overhead in those moments as well.
Yeah, you're exactly right. So, well, we've got a timeout on the field, so we will have a look at the MVP leaderboard. Guru still at the top. Vinit right behind. Svetlin, Svetanov, Rahul K, and Jerome Vinit.
Jerome Vinit could go up to number 3, because if he's the top scorer tonight, he will get 10 points. That will take him to 28. The top scorer gets 10. Second guy on that list gets 8, and the third gets 6. So that's how those numbers are calculated. And, well, man with the highest number next to his name at the end of the league will be the MVP of Season 2.
Good to know. I was wondering how they calculate those MVP points.
10, 8, 6 for 1, 2, 3. Now, that calculation is very simple. We've revised it many times. Point.
Oh, this is
number
a
2.
bold strategy.
High risk. Have they said no? Have they decided against it?
Everyone getting involved here. Action Morty's saying, okay, we're in the game for this. Abel's just come on, and the super point is confirmed. I love Action Morty, yes. He's so calm, but he's so wise.
He said take it. It's all right. He'll serve. Ukra sets it. Boom! Jerome makes a mess of it.
Oh dear, all the ones. That's a huge play.
Yet Jerome crash lands outside.
And I've got to give them credit. They've upped their service pressure at the perfect time, the defenders.
That is a big swing and a big miss. Mutu getting involved with Shanti John.
Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it. It's still healing. Still healing, Captain. Shanti John.
We're tied up now, 11-11. Man, I love how quickly things shift in this game.
Ando. Okra. And touch. Net fault there, and therefore Calicut have the point. I love the acrobatics that the Ahmedabad libero Srikanth has shown. The man in the white will give you a look at it once.
I mean, that's another smart play, going over the top of Nanda when you need a point here. Nanda that goes into the net, but that's a pretty shrewd bit of work. Great touch from the libero. Oh, Mr. Dakshinamurti S has called for a super point.
Sajad Hussain Malik, the assistant coach of the Ahmedabad defenders, always smiling. I saw him at lunch today and I said, you are a rare coach who always smiles. I think him and Dakshinamurti make a great pair. They complement each other. Was there, Manoj couldn't kill it. Andrew Koho James has come up with a gem. Consecutive super points for Ahmedabad. They go up in the lead now.
I have to say, that's both super points going their way. But Andrew James doesn't naturally come away from the body. Swings to the line a lot, so this is not his tendency. But he hits it so good.
And you know what? I don't think anyone in the stadium thought that ball was going to Andrew Kohut. The blockers do a good job to get out there, but with all the attacking that's been happening from Manoj,
he was ready. He went back to get into position to take off. Excellent anticipation and so good when the team responds. Everything working out so beautifully. A mellifluous melody from the Ahmedabad defenders. 13-12. Great serve! Great serve! Will give them 1 point. 2 set points to go, 2-1 up. What an arrow to shoot just in the nick of time. The defenders are switching on gears now.
Harsh by name, harsh by nature.
Harsh
on the heroes.
Harsh means happiness. In Hindi, it's a Hindi word that means happiness.
Maybe
and that's what he's brought to the defenders.
Well, and in English, the Calicut are feeling the harsh nature of that serve.
Harshly done by.
Oh!
That's okay. He's done
Just
his job.
outside.
And you've got to think, the substitutions have been great because Angamudu hasn't fired this evening. And Dakshinamurti's gone, okay, come on. But Andrew Kohut-James has fired this evening, coming off the bench at the right time. Harsh has done a good job. They got their way back into it.
Well, it all comes down to this. A few substitutions as Manoj comes back on.
So I like the spark that Andrew Kohut-James has shown. That there is Mr. Hilling's, Matt Hilling's father, senior Mr. Hilling.
Can't watch.
Look at how quickly Ahmedabad's defense realigns itself. They'll keep it in play. Santosh, smart touch. Smartly done. So beautifully done, they win the set. They are 2-1 up the defenders. How was that for a comeback?
That was outstanding because Nanda's been stopped in that situation so many times. And this time he goes with the volley to change it up and go through. That's a brave move from Nanda, and he gets rewarded. Well done. Substitutes coming to the forefront. Defenders take a 2-1 lead. What a game.
We love super points in this league, and 2 of them going the way of the defenders, leading to this point right here. Coming off the hands of Andrew, brought back into play. Nanda with nothing to do but a push throw with 2 hands, and the blockers completely caught off guard. And that is how this set finishes. 2 sets now to 1. Things looking good for the defenders. Gonna head to a short pause, but do not hesitate to return. It's gonna be hot.
Well, what drama, but what do the stats say here? Look at the successful spikes from the defenders. 7 more from them, just 1 different in the block, and then the unforced errors, more from the defenders as well. But I think the aggressive nature paying off this evening. You know fair well that you can find the exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League on volleyballworld.com.
And that's where I've just been digging into some numbers. And we knew it was going to be a battle of the middles, and I think it's safe to say that the Ahmedabad middle won that round. Manoj, 5 points. Sandoval, only 1. So how's that going to play out in the next set? We'll see. But first of all, have a look at the best seats in the house. The RuPay Prime Volleyball League VIP box.
Sami Apu, the captain of the defenders, to serve. Start the 3rd set. FT. Pipe attack. It worked. First honors to Ahmedabad in this 4th set.
Yeah, I love Nanda on the pipe all day. He's got that wrist away swing away from the body. Absolutely nailed on. Now, gonna throw back to a situation that when Calicut Heroes beat the Thunderbolts, they were all jumping around in the stands, all jumping all over the advertising boardings, and I think they might have learned a lesson this evening. They still have a lot of work to do to win this whole league this season.
Not over yet.
Ashwin Raj unable to kill it. Andrew, very impressive. Sandoval, always impressive. The libero has always been there as well. Rally, both defenses being tested. Who will win it? Sandoval. Once again, Ahmedabad recycle. Close to making a service. And oh, the libero. Oh, that frog on the side of the Ahmedabad defense. Double touch ball ends this dramatic rally. How good has that young man been?
Yeah, he's leading from the back. He's not the oldest, not the most experienced, but he's coming in with so much energy. And even if Ahmedabad didn't win this point, I like the way that they're fighting and scrapping for every single point right there from Srikanth.
Yeah, that was a side-out play for the Calicut Heroes, so they were always a favourite to win that with the first attack. So the fact they dug their heels in so well, certainly a bonus.
Tommy Apu sets it for Andrew James Cohort, but before he could line himself up, the double block was ready to welcome him. Only at the door and said, all right, you cannot go past the door.
That was all Ukra's serve. We're saying about when you serve softly, serve a good area, you serve straight down the sideline, setters under pressure. Sandoval knows that. He releases early, gets 2 up on Andrew Kurt James. As a left-hander, it's a very difficult swing, that one, from off the net.
Don't have Angamutu on court right now. James has to fill that role.
Manoj could as well. And that man could too. We've forgotten about Santosh S. Make hay while Angamutu is away.
Yeah, big role to fill. I like that Ahmedabad is playing like a team though. This offense being really spread out amongst all the hitters.
Yes, spreading out the offense. And what I like about Andrew coming off the bench is that he's not an error player. He's not probably going to score you as many points as Angamutu if Angamutu's feeling hot. But what he's not going to do is lose many, and he's always going to put you under pressure. Good decision maker, the left-hander.
Hailing with the pass. Ukra with the set. Sando didn't work. Or did it? Oh, he did! I thought it was a really casual, reckless shot from Sando, but I thought the block was overzealous. And that touch had too much on it for the ball to land inside.
Oh, we'll get another look at it here. I think Andrew's just diving in at the last minute, and it comes off the hands and out of bounds. Nice play by Sandoval.
Unlucky from Andrew because he had to make a bit of a commitment late, which means it's very difficult to get his hands in that really good pressing position.
D2 to Calicut. Ashwin with the serve, straight to Prashant. Play done. Players not overcommitting to their shots. This time Andrew gets the better of Matt Hilling. In that battle of two foreign players, Andrew comes up, trumps.
I'm so sorry. You can never really argue for a handover when you overset the ball in my world. That's a big ask to ask for a handover from here.
And there's the set. It's tough to say. We'll have to have a look at.
Oh.
Nah, he grabs that early. The problem also is that there's nobody trying to set it. If it was the second ball, then yeah, you can't jump over that far. But it's basically a joust at that point.
With the serve. Matt Hilling. Somehow is still in play. Hilling again. Andrew, Kohut, James again. It's that same duo that went into a one-on-one, and Andrew came up with the goods once again. Calicut want to review it straight away.
Manoj is brilliant. He's just waving through the net towards the heroes.
So they're calling for a net touch, not necessarily on that last action, I think.
Look, I think.
So they're not going to get a net touch on that, but that's not what they're asking for. They're asking for it a couple of moments beforehand when I think it was a bump pass that someone's hands went into the net under the net. That's what they're asking for.
The cover from Shantosh, maybe.
Yeah, they're wanting to see it a couple of plays ago, so here it is. Here's what they're looking at. Yep, net touch.
That's a great call from Matt Hilling. You see him, he sees it really early. That could be game defining. And now, well, actually, Kohut saying I touched the net as well, saying yeah, I did touch the net. And actually, there wasn't even his phase of play that we were looking at.
Yeah.
You know, that there was that look of mischievous guilt on the face of the Ahmedabad captain, Muthuswamy Appuvu. What did they say? The children, keep your eyes and ears open. Always helps in life. Also one way to tell us, keep your mouth shut. You see how good a job we've done of doing that.
Yeah, I agree. I'm thinking about the serve. Right, both these middle blockers, Daniel and Sandoval, they're so aggressive in the front court at the net. They are absolutely dominant. But when they go back to serve, they're just giving away points left and right.
Manoj as well. Manoj will come off for harsh chowder at some point. Service sub, but Andrew Kohut James has done a good job coming off the bench. That's okay. The intention of service pressure is there.
Second service error from Andrew James Kohut. He needs that magic spray on his left shoulder, I'm telling you.
Well, service from Mabil, another lefty into a real good place. Middle's in, Daniel, pancake, but to no avail. And they've started to get the middle in here, and I think the Mutu is having a pretty good game here for the defenders. Yes, they're discussing the imperfections of the set, but they still got the job done. It still sends a message to the middle blockers of the opposition.
Yeah, Daniel just delivering every single time. I mean, that's not a perfect play. He's kind of overrun it a little bit and has to do a little half moon over his head, but nevertheless finds a way to score.
Bullet.
Oh, Isukra. Again, Daniel cannot be stopped in the offense.
This is all coming from the service pressure. They work their way through the rally because it's a bullet of a serve, and then they can bring Daniel in transition.
2 in a row for the Iranian superstar. 3 ball comes over. Now have a look at this RuPay contactless shot. Bam! Nothing in it. No hands in the way. Just pure gold.
Melodious from Waterzedi. Five to Ahmedabad. Well, make that 6 piece.
I love him, Nanda. I know I've been saying they're a little bit short-strapped with him out there, but the aggression he hits through the pipe, the aggression on the serve, he's always trying to put the opposition under the pump, and I love that.
Technically, bro, that quick serve from Matt Hilling. Oh, Daniel, how rare is that? Apologizes straight away. In his own opinion, it was a facepalm moment. I just face an embarrassment, and the apology, and then a sheepish smile.
I like that he calls himself on that. He's like, no, I could have done better. That wasn't a perfect set, but he knows he could do better. I like that he runs behind as well. We don't see that often in the men's game, but I think that threw him off just a little bit, the direction the ball was coming from.
That would be exactly the time that I'd throw the ball out to zone 4, though, because Daniel's established himself so much. You make me step to the left, I'll throw it to the right and open up the gap.
So, boom! Once to spell doom and gloom for the Calicut heroes. That man, that was a sizzler from Santosh. The number 9 in zone 4.
When you sort of speak about them, and I'd know all about this, being vertically challenged out on the pin, the fact that they use Daniel so much is the reason why the middle commits and they get these one-on-ones against Ukra. That's a perfect position for them.
And if I'm the middle in that situation, Daniel's been set 3 times in a row, made an error. That's not the time to commit block on him. That's the time to think maybe the ball's going somewhere else.
Lovely narrow angle on that spike from Santosh. On that occasion as well. M. Ashwin Raj, the number 11. What's with these blockers with the number 11 on their jersey? You know what Ashwin Rai does? Well done, young man. Time now for an Amul Cool technical timeout. Back in just a bit.
Welcome back to the RuPay Prime Volleyball League. Just a reminder, here's what's at stake. Kolkata reclaimed the first spot just a few moments ago before this match started, and now Ahmedabad and Calicut are battling it out to see who's going to take it.
Not much between them. I think that's the beauty of this league and the format. There are the 2 coaches, Dakshinamurthy S and Kishore Kumar. They have had their own tactical battle.
Nice ball in, chance on the outside. Ahmedabad right into a big Sandoval Ukra sandwich.
Well, that's a big one. That's a big time. The fans are loving it, and rightfully so. 2 key players shutting down, and those are the situations when there's no middle, the ball has to go to the outside, the blocker has time, that's when the defenders are short.
All these moments are also a message to volleyball fans of Kerala, God's own country, to turn up when this league moves to Kochi. Ahmedabad will try again, but it will not work because Calicut now slowly starting to find rhythm as this 4th set gets into a different territory.
That's smart work by Ukra. He just has to put a little bit of a tip on it. He's gone right off the hands of the outside hitter there.
Great wrist work from that man, Mohan Ukrapanyan, former India captain. One of the stalwarts of the sport in India. The linchpin of the Calicut Heroes defense. Andrew, he was trying for a wipe, I think.
I think we'll see Angamudu coming in just a moment. He's waiting for his orders. Come in and try and save the ship from sinking here. Goes for the big crossbody line. He loves that, but it's well wide of the mark.
Calicut looking pretty good now. Only 4 points needed to take this set. The 5th and deciding set. Ukra is out. That means a bigger block is up in the front.
Number 1, Sushil. First look at him as well, who is to the right of Sandoval in the front court. That's it, Manoj. A pancake. No, the ball is not in play. The pancake was not cooked well enough. The palm, the back of the palm was not under the ball, says the first referee. Ukra comes back, Sushil goes off.
I'd like to have a look at that again. Again, we're really far away, so it's tough to see, but all he has to do is get all the ball off the floor. Tough to tell from that angle. I don't know. Louis, what are you seeing?
I thought it was a net touch that was called.
Well then, looking at the completely the wrong thing then.
Just going to throw that one out there for you after you've been talking about it for a while. Big moment, this one.
Good play from both teams. Tough. Those tantalizing rally that had to end with an Angamuttu spike. Dessert, followed by a red chili.
Spicy, but they need him. They need Angamuttu to show up to this party. He's been so quiet in this match so far. He only has 6 points. That's really unlike him.
I like it. They've got 3 rotations with him on the front court. So it's quite probable that there could be a comeback, and also somebody who serves really well, as he's on your picture there on the left. He's going to serve next.
Angamuttu's father, Mr. Ramaswamy, good to see you here, sir. Sets it, Angamuttu spikes it. Jerome will try to keep it in play. There comes a third touch from Ashwin. Ahmedabad now with a chance to spike. Angamuttu! There is no block in this world that can be sure of blunting his spikes. Always the chance of the ball landing outside.
3 balls in a row for him. He's come on and they've turned around and said, Mutu, set him every ball. It's clutch time. It's time that you get Angamuttu into the game.
Like you go for a 2-week holiday and you're swamped with work on a Monday morning. That's what happened to Angamuttu. Get back to work, sir.
Well, I don't think he's going to complain one bit. He loves getting the set and being the big player for this team.
Pando. They predicted that move. They predicted that move. They knew what was coming. And guess who was in that block? That man. That skyscraper. The Burj Khalifa of the Ahmedabad defenders. Mr. Angamuttu. He is their number 1, and for good reason.
Mutu served 2 good serves there, but Tabby, the libero, first one I think he could have passed a bit better. This one dipping a little bit more, but they're serving the libero at position 1 to put pressure on the setter, and that's exactly what's happening.
And huge action out of Angamuttu to get back into the game. He's a game changer. If you're enjoying this, you can own your own favorite moments of the match by buying an NFT at www.treasureclub.io. So many good moments so far in this match. I'm looking at the top scores. Manoj still number 1 for Ahmedabad. Daniel is right behind with 9 points. Calcutta, they haven't been able to get Sandoval going. He's their top scorer. 12 points for him, but I haven't seen much of him this set.
I think the serving here, we'll see it again. Mutu's just sort of sliding the ball to position 1, which means that ball's natural angle is always running away from Ukra at the moment. That's what we see again. This time it's a little bit of a better pass.
Chance for Angamuttu, not this time. Ukra to Sandoval, and he is stuffed again by the same combination, Manoj Angamuttu.
Well, Sandoval has just gone to the back of the court. He is fuming.
And you gotta feel for him too, because he wants that ball higher. He needs that ball higher. He's going to be upset with himself as well as with the set, because that's basically feeding him to the lion.
Well, he's going to be upset. It was predictable, one, that it was going to go there, and then it was too low, two. So, okay, this is the last throw of the dice, maybe, for the heroes. Super point. This one worth 2.
And they will have those 2. They will get into the lead. Jet Jerome at it again.
Ukra serving, super point coming, surely. We've seen this before with Ukra going back. No, Dakshinamurti is waving it off.
I'm loving this swing from Jerome. He hasn't been that hot this match. We've only seen 6 points out of him. That's the moment to go to him when everyone else thinks it's going to the middle.
I think Mr. Dakshinamurti had a chat with Sajjad Hussain Malik and said, no, that's not.
Great pickup.
Jerome! You beauty! Jerome! You monster! A likeable monster, I mean.
He looks like a friendly monster. And it's right up against Angamutu too, who's been the star of the last few points.
I think the smart move here from Kishore Kumar was giving the one-on-one on the right side to Santosh and then doubling up on Angamutu and just sitting around and putting the defenders on the swing of Santosh. Very good.
We now have 14-12. If you want to get in on the action, head over to the A23 Fantasy Leaderboard. Here's how it looks so far. None of these players, oh no, I'm lying. Nanda in the middle there from Ahmedabad, also top players. So he's so fun to watch. He has come into his own in the last few matches.
He could make sure that these fans in red, the Chembara, that's called the Red Army, fans of the Calicut Heroes are here in big numbers. Boom! Take that, Sarangamutu. Once again, this time from zone 4.
Well, it's a good swing from Angamutu, but Calicut are still in a really good position to take this set.
Yeah, it does make you think why they just didn't go to Angamutu in the first place instead of going to Santosh on that right side. Because since he's come on, he's been absolute money. And we talk about tactics all day long, but when someone's as hot as that man is at the moment, you just feed him.
Nice service action.
Oh!
Ashwin somehow managed to eke out a point. And Calicut prevail.
I don't know why, again, at this point, the defenders have served right down the middle of the court. Pick a sideline, pick an angle that suits your block defense, and serve your float serve down another channel. Twice as has happened.
And we were so engrossed in watching the action that we forgot that this match has now gone into a 5th set thriller. The relevance of the 5th set is going to be felt on both sides of the net. 2 sets apiece at the end of 4. The 5th and the final decider coming up on the other side. Stay tuned.
And for its second consecutive match this evening, we are going to a 5th set decider to see who will be top of the league come at the end of the evening. There are the stats. 2-2 overall, more blocks for the Heroes. Look at the spiking difference and the unforced error difference. 21-10, 36-24. One more aggressive team, another one playing slightly more defensively. Get exclusive stats of the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, www.volleyballworld.com.
Well, Ahmedabad, when they came into this match, they had 16 blocks yesterday. That's not the performance that we're seeing right now, and I think Calicut are capitalizing on that. But if Ahmedabad can get Angamutu going, this set could be theirs.
What I find baffling is this is a completely different defenders team to the team that beat the Bengaluru Torpedoes. They didn't play with errors that night. They just kept it tight. 12 errors. They didn't push the serve very hard. In turn, they broke down D-Lee's team. Yes, they're maturing Dealey's Bengaluru. Torpedoes even. But this is slightly different from the team in black, aggressive.
I'm questioning Sandoval here. He's jumped, commit blocked with the middle. Yes, Manoj has been scoring, but Angamutu's the hot man right now. You cannot leave him one-on-one when he's scored every ball he's touched in the last few minutes.
You know, I'm just thinking that in the last 3 or 4 days, we've seen a level of volleyball in this league go up by a couple of notches. So, barring these two teams, teams like Kolkata and Bengaluru, Hyderabad will have to raise their game. Come the semi-finals, brand the volleyball, edge, the fire will be different. It is going to be insane in Kochi.
Yeah, we thought Kolkata and Calicut were the two hot favorites, but Ahmedabad showing us they might be in the mix.
Torpedoes growing nicely, Hyderabad on a good run as well, and there's just such a short season. You can't play your best volleyball in the first 2 games of that season with a 4-week training camp beforehand. You've got to keep working on your systems and improving the whole way through to crescendo your way there.
So, and yet there's a team like Calicut that's won everything that's played so far. Sorry about that.
That doesn't mean they'll win the final game.
I'm just wondering what's going on the court right now. There's so much discussion, and I just want to help figure out what's going on. I think somebody's been called over the net.
Manoj. That is a rare occasion that a Manoj arrow comes back. What's that weapon in Australia that comes back?
Yeah,
Boomerang.
A boomerang, yeah.
the game's more difficult for the setter to use the middle when it's coming from over the shoulder for Mutu there. He needs to just create a little bit more space, take a couple of backward steps to let the ball come back in front of him. Instead he's sort of setting that middle ball on the turn a little bit. Game over.
Calicut now just tightening the screws.
Yeah, Ahmedabad with a couple too many errors in a row now. This one, in down the line, trying to get past that big block of Jerome. Nothing you could do.
Just serving to position one for Luca enough. Put enough pressure on the offense of the defenders.
Third serve for Rukrapandian. Angamutu, always the go-to man. Either gets you a clean, contactless win or a block that cannot control the spice.
I was going to say, just have a look at that play again. As Louis was saying, there was a lot of confusion, a lot of congestion there in the point. You couldn't see it from that replay because we only got that last touch. But that's what was really good of Angamutu to get out of.
That's it. Nice put away for Ashwin Raj and a tight arc from Sandoval. So strong, Ashwin's got to protect his ribs.
Yeah, he does. That's a big squeeze. You know what though, Calicut are looking really good for this set. And the reason why, not just that finish there, but it's a race to 15. You only have to get out the gate strong and you're halfway there.
Angamutu. Tangle a wee bit, went to his left. Matt Hilling will put it across. Angamutu. Daniel found the corner. That's good. From Mr. Mortazetti. Not a monster, but just a gentle little clap on the ball.
He's a gentle giant.
With a hammer of an arm. Then deep into the corner, Key, you called it earlier on.
Well, that's the thing. We see some of these middles trying to swing straight down, but the block's there. If you swing that deep corner, nobody's defending it.
Dando.
I feel that Calicut are going to take this purely because they're serving with a little bit more wisdom and they're also running their offense really smart. Sandoval's in the game. And Ashwin in the game as well.
You know, if our fans from Nippon want, they can take all of Sandoval's footage. He can become the Nippon Paint colorful man of the day, of the tournament, of the year.
Gotta get that serve in though. It's almost like clockwork now. And when he goes back and when Daniel go back to the service line, it's It's almost like they're just giving away a free point.
I'm interested to see how it fares because the defenders haven't got a lot of rhythm amongst them. They're only 2 behind though, but they haven't been able to get the game cooking as they would have liked, apart from the middle run from Daniel. Great game changer of a serve. This is key for them to win one here. Oh, Daniel! A wider play to lose the block. The Iranian middleman delivers again.
The battle of the middles continues. Mutu feeding him up exactly like you said, that little bit wider, a little bit more space, and he can run that gap between the blockers all day long.
The thing here is that Nanda stays behind the service line. His serve was the key performing indicator of that rally, I guess is the right word.
Uneasy service error. Very uneasy. That'll hurt.
He's already snuck one back. The question now is how do they side out? Big spin serve coming from Jerome now. Both missing one. The calm before the storm, kids.
Well, Ahmedabad have cut the lead to just 1. Just when you think one team's running away with it.
I think the word calm, alien concept, when the Chembara, the Red Army, is present. Calicut fans are the loudest. And it will only get louder when this caravan moves to Kochi. Remember, tomorrow is the last day here in Hyderabad. 2-day gap after that, and then 25th February onwards, we shall be in Kochi. Boom. It worked. Off the block, and ball goes outside. 8-6 to Calicut, and what happens when the scorecard says 8? We go into a much needed, cool, technical timeout state.
Well, there's another match coming our way tomorrow. Hyderabad Blackhawks up against the Bengaluru Torpedoes. The last match from Hyderabad, and it's going to be a big one. Both teams pushing for a Final Four playoff place.
I start to feel like every match is a big one. As we're leading down the stretch, you know, your kind of places are being determined and every point really critical.
But D. Lee himself was saying that it's almost like a knockout tomorrow between those two. For that 4th position, I think it's going to be unreal. Talking of unreal, this game is producing all of the goodies in Hyderabad. Calicut heroes, and what I like about Kishore Kumar is he always finds a way, that man.
I think someone's asked him if he wants to call for a super point. He said no, you don't.
I just thought somebody asked him if he needed a pair of trainers.
Those he'll take. Yellow, green, fluorescent, whatever. And why would they? They're leading by 3. Why mess around?
We got to give Ukra a little bit of credit for this set. He hasn't given a lot of ball to Shafiq, but a couple of points in the last points, and that's when to use a player that's not expected.
I couldn't see the ball travel. That's how hard he hit it. Abil Krishnan. The deficit is now down to 2. What is Muthu Sami Apabu arguing about?
I can't believe that Dakshinamurti is probably the calmest human being in this whole building.
Ice in his veins. Jerome cannot spike from there. Angamuttu can. Still in play. Ukra. Boom! Still in play. Ahmedabad have been given another opportunity. Angamuttu doesn't miss. Too many of those.
And you see how furious the players are. I think they're harking back to that set from Ukwa that came out really sticky. But nevertheless, Angamuttu finishing incredibly strong.
He's their chance, isn't he? It was a sticky set from Ukra, but doesn't matter. Defenders take the point anyway.
Why is Matt Hilling off court? Captain, he's got to be there. See the team through. All right, that will work. They lead by 2 now. 10-8 it is. Sandoval will come back on court. I would like to see Matt Hilling there as well.
Again, Ukra, great setting. He's got that overload in the same zone, basically. So the blockers, they don't have enough time to jump for flows. They have to decide one or the other. He gets that one-on-one.
Defenders have really got to go for their serves now.
Right, so Muthuswamy Appavu is so crucial to Ahmedabad's fortunes. Other hand, rise off court. Manoj has been the biggest threat to Calicut from that zone 3, right to the heart of that front court.
Anish Key, I would love to see a bit of service pressure now. Want the opposition hitting with as minimal options as possible at these key times. Much for some.
Stress. The stress is high.
Kapanyan is back. Sandoval waiting for a chance for Ukra.
Oh, no, you did not, sir. No, you did not. Ukra, stone cold killer.
Those are the moments that Dakshinamurti and his team have been waiting for. An overpass kill and boom, Ukra's there.
And Nanda needs to know the setter's front row. He needs to be telling himself that in the front court when they serve that point so that he knows if he can push and joust or he can hit it.
Now they use the super point on Ukra's serve once again. They didn't call it last time. They didn't win that point though. Will they win this one? Great serve to position 1.
Great stuff from Jerome. Ukra. Was there a wipe? No, there wasn't. Overzealous. 11 apiece. Who's calling for a super point now?
I don't think he wants it down there, Kishore Kumar. I think he's trying to shake it. Oh, he does want it.
How quickly did they call for a substitution before the super point came up? Now, Calicut have called for a super point. A substitution has been made by Ahmedabad.
That's hilarious because Manoj is a standing float server. And I think he's next. He's gone off and he's prayed and smiled as he's gone off to say, thankfully, I don't have to serve that ball. Harsh Chowdhury is a specialist serving substitution.
Ukra. Bomb! 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 Bombshell from Ahmedabad! They go 2 up, 13-11. They're now 2 away from stunning the Calicut Heroes and going top of the table. Would you believe it?
Huge.
Oh my God.
Huge block, but I'm furious if I'm Calicut right now. Look at this ball. Look how long it takes to fall to the ground. I know it's in slow motion, but 4 or 5 players are just watching it.
Pointing at each other. Ukra was still standing up. Quite a casual defense player, Ukra, in turn. His ball.
Ahmedabad have one more. They have 3 match points. They are now 1 step away from going to the top of the points table.
Unbelievable. Remember they started this set so slowly. I thought they were done. But I was wrong. Daniel has been phenomenal this evening. I've got to give it to him. Getting better and better throughout the RuPay Prime Volleyball League, powered by A23. And we have a review. Of course we do.
You're exactly right. Daniel now 12 points. He's tied up with Angamutu.
The ref review, guys, for a net touch.
I don't think we're going to see a net touch here. Daniel looked pretty sure, pretty convinced as he sprinted around the court to celebrate.
Blood pressure like right now. Not for the faint-hearted this time.
I know. The heartbeat. of the entire stadium is in slow motion. Here we go. Let's have a look. Oh.
I don't
Oh, it was close.
think it was Daniel who touched the net, was it?
Fair.
It was the ball.
No
You need
idea.
another angle. That's too
Impossible.
tough to call.
Yep. There's got to be conclusive evidence.
Daniel's
Ooh,
looking
okay.
a little bit guilty down there in some ways.
Okay, I think now on second glance, that might have been a net touch. Oh. Well, the point's going to stay with Ahmedabad because the referees have decided it was not a net touch.
Bobby's you down there, Bella and Calicut Heroes. They look a little bit lost after being so joyous against the Thunderbolts a couple of evenings ago. Changing their fortunes.
3 match points. Yes! Ahmedabad win! They go top of the table! The runners-up of last season are in the mood to do something magical this season. They have stunned the Calicut Heroes, who are no more an unbeaten side in this tournament. That's their first loss, the Heroes. The Red Army has been silenced. Ahmedabad snatch it away right at the end.
We just learned a lot about the Calicut Heroes. They will fold, and we saw that on the opening day when they lost a set, but we've just seen it again, that they are beatable, but they're also have a crumble in them. That was astonishing.
Man, what a match and what a way to finish. So I'm watching this point again. Have a look. Sandoval going in as per usual. Maybe that set's a little low for him, but Daniel all over him. And what I don't like about Calicut right now is they just let that ball drop. That tells me, exactly like you said, everything. They have a crack in their armor, and Ahmedabad found it.
We said that on the opening game. I mean, they were outstanding in that opening game. But my problem with them was that in that first set, they crumbled. They all looked at each other instead of staying together. And in turn, there you have it. The defenders go back to the top of the league. It's time for us to take a quick break. 3 sets to 2 here, though, in Hyderabad.